Moms always have a long laundry list of things to do. And we, at least for me, and probably some of you out there, we operate under the assumption that if we complete our list, that we should feel productive, that we should feel great. But that's not entirely true, because sometimes even after completing all of the things on our task list, on our to-dos, there's something that's quite not right. So stick around and let's talk about why that is. Welcome to episode 7 of Build Unshakable Confidence, a 30-day series geared towards helping moms recognize things that they're already doing that will help boost their confidence. The word of the day today is intent. Intent is extremely important because it's the thing that guides us towards our goals, right? It's very different than, like I mentioned earlier, you have this task list, you're going through it, and you're just kind of going through all these motions. But when you're done with the task list, you've done a lot of things, but you haven't really accomplished anything towards the bigger picture of what is your life, right? So even though you've done 30 things, you turn around, your life is still a complete mess. Why is that? Well, it's because you're not moving with intent. When you move with intent, you only do the things that result in your desired outcome. And anything else, you kind of delegate to the bottom of the list to complete at a later time. And because you're just one person, you have to be comfortable with, prioritizing your to-do list. Everything cannot possibly be important because you can't do everything at once. And that's why intentionality is so important, because it means that you've sat down, you've looked at what you want your life to be, you've determined what is it that I need to do to get there. And those are the things that you put at the top of the list, and those are the things that you focus on. Living with intent means that you're making purposeful decisions that always align with your values and goals. It's not negotiable. And before I continue, I just want to let you know that I am getting sick, hence the pale face and the stuffy nose, but I am committed to getting these videos out every single day for the next 30 days, and nothing's going to stop me. That's intent.
Hey, you guys, it's me.
Little Tay. Well, not Little Tay, my young queen. All right, I'll see you later, okay?
Okay, Mommy, bye.
Bye. Love you. Okay, my little one left, so let's get back to the video. And she's not that little. She's 17 and super mature and wonderful and sweet and kind, and she just makes my heart melt. But I say little because I'm not going to have any more babies in this lifetime. She is the last soul I've given birth to, and just so special to me. But so is my big one. I spoke about her in yesterday's video. The big one, she drives me crazy, but I love her too. Anyway, let's get back to the video. I lied. They both drive me crazy. Now let's get back to the video. Time is a very precious, non-renewable resource. And it's like that for everyone, but I would argue that for moms and single moms, it's absolutely even more precious, because it just always seems like we don't have a lot of it. So because our time and energy are so very precious, we really need to focus on the things that matter. Now, I don't want to mislead you into thinking that living with intention means you have this perfect life. That's impossible. No one's perfect. Nothing is perfect. And setting that expectation is a good way to fail. Setting the expectation that everything needs to be perfect is a good way to chip at your own confidence, because it's simply not obtainable. But living with intention definitely means, that you're present and mindful of your choices at all times. Whether it's moments with your kids, working towards your dreams like I am here building my YouTube channel, or prioritizing self-care. So today's call to action is a simple one. Pick one area where you know you need to improve and move with that intent. For example, one area that you can improve is how you spend your time. Do you spend too much time in social media? Do you spend too much time watching TV? Do you maybe not spend enough time with your children? Another area that you can work on is communication. How do you speak to yourself? How do you speak to your children? And in particular, communication is really important. I actually spoke about that in my last video yesterday. It's easy to be nice and communicate when everything's peachy, but how do you communicate and behave when things go bad, right? So that's something that I'm very intentional about in my life. How I behave in times of difficulty is an example of an area that, you could be more intentional in. And just remember, you have the power to create a life full of purpose, a life that you want, a life that you want for your kids. But it's not going to happen by chance, and it's not going to happen by mistake. You have to live with intention, and you have to choose everything that you do intentionally. It has to align with your purpose and work synergistically with all the decisions that you make for yourself, for your kids. And that's all I got for you today. So stay blessed and take care. Bye.